Good morning, Miss Lovelady. I'm excited to have you here on our campus today to give you a school tour. I wanted to go over some of my expectations for the campus and for teachers, and then give you our mission and vision statement, kind of go over that as well. So I'm going to give you a copy of that, and we're going to go over that together. So first off, we have very high expectations of all of our staff and our students on campus. And we teach those students and our staff what the expectations are for academics, behavior, and attendance from the beginning of the school year. From the beginning, we go in and to the gym and we talk to each grade level and what their expectations are. We make sure to really talk to those sixth graders, since it is a transition year, as you know, from coming to the middle school from the elementary. There are different expectations, so we want to make sure that they know those. We promote all of our expectations through modeling and positive reinforcements. As you know, we are role models as teachers and educators, and we want to be a positive role model for our students. We have different positive reinforcements that are in place for our campus. Some of the incentives that we are using. Currently, we have just taken our benchmarks, and so some of the incentives that we have in place for those is if you achieve growth, any kind of growth on your benchmark, it'll be 8 points, then you are going to be able to do a laser tag event at the school, which is going to be a lot of fun for those kids. And then also, if you achieve mastery on those benchmarks, then we're going to have a little something else for those students as well. The last 9 weeks, we also incorporated if you had all A's and B's, good behavior, no discipline in the classroom, and good attendance, which was less than 3 absences within the 9 weeks and less than 3 tardies, then you were able to go to Grand Fleeman Tyler, which is just like a movie theater. It has video games and different arcade games that the students got to enjoy, as well as bowling. And so they had a lot of fun with that. Those good students, they deserve that incentive there. We also pride ourselves in providing a positive and collaborative school culture, as well as a safe environment where teamwork is important. Creating positive relationships is a big part of that. During staff development, we do a lot of staff bonding and team development, which is a lot of fun. Creates a lot of laughs, especially with testing coming up and different things like that. We want to be able to create that positive environment where there's not as much stress. And as a team, we want to teach our students how to build relationships, not only in the classroom, but outside of the classroom. That's very important to know what's appropriate and what's inappropriate, and how they need to be socially. We expect for our staff to contribute in reaching our school vision. So our school vision is the faculty and staff of Troup Middle School seek to ensure every student is ready for achievement in an ever-changing world, by ensuring every child progresses to meet their individual potential and to continue the strong tradition of academic excellence that is Troup Middle School. So we really strive to have each child progress, and we kind of talked about that with the growth on the benchmark. Not every child is going to be that A student, and so we want to make sure those kids that are maybe receiving that 30 on the benchmark but have progressed to a 38 are able to receive that incentive, and that is progress, and that is them meeting their potential and hopefully passing that as they go through middle school. When staff, students, community members, and parents help to take steps in achieving our vision, we want to make sure that they're acknowledged, because that is very important to us, and we want to make sure, again, that we're achieving that academic excellence that we're striving for. In a minute, we'll go over the performance report from last year so that we can look at that and what we achieved there. We expect our staff to provide high quality instruction that is aligned with the state standards to meet all the students' needs. As a principal, when I walk in the classroom, the first thing I'm looking for is going to be the objective posted on the board, and that your lesson is aligned with that objective as well as the state standards. And then I'm also looking for student engagement and higher level thinking questions to make sure everybody is engaged and on task. If you ever have any questions regarding instruction, I'm here to be your coach and instructional leader, and my door is always open. Like I said, I'll be visiting your classroom often, and I'm going to be giving you constructive feedback, not only where you're growing, where you need to grow, but where you're doing well at as well. And then I'm also open to any feedback that you can give me where I can improve as a principal. Next, we encourage the use of instructional technology in the classroom. Today students are very technologically advanced, and we want to keep those students engaged and motivated, and using technology in the classroom can really do that for students. Of course, we want to make sure that you're monitoring them, because they can be a distraction as well. Next, communication is key. We want all of our staff members, and we expect all of our staff members to communicate with us as the campus leaders on a regular basis, and we want to be able to communicate with you as well. Common means of communication, we usually use email if it's an urgent thing that we need to communicate with you. Otherwise, we have PLC meetings during conference times where we talk about decisions that need to be made, or upcoming events that might be had that you need to know about as well. We want you to communicate effectively with not only your students and us, but with the parents and community members as well. Communication is key to a successful school and all. Respect should be demonstrated on campus at all times, and this includes the administration, staff members, students, parents, and community members. With that being said, we expect that teachers are to be culturally competent. We want all races, genders, and ethnicities and backgrounds to be treated fairly and equally, and because of our diverse campus that we have, and being able to do that will help meet those needs of our students and staff. Lastly, we expect that staff members make ethical decisions. As I said earlier, it's very important for you to be a role model, not only in school, but outside of school, and for you to show students what appropriate behavior is. Keeping those decisions on your mind should be a forefront there. I talked about earlier the vision statement, and making sure that we are ensuring that every child is progressing in their middle school years and meeting their potential academically. I wanted to go over our mission statement as well. As the heart of the community, Troop ISD is dedicated to education for achievement in a changing world, and I think that goes well with our vision statement, kind of hand in hand there. And we want you to live by the mission each day and strive to achieve that vision statement as well every day. When we developed our mission and vision statement, we used a variety of resources and data to be able to ensure that it fits our campus. We use student learning data, campus climate surveys, demographics, and it was a collaborative process. It wasn't just administration coming up with that. We involved the parents, the students, all stakeholders, community members, to make sure that everybody would buy into that mission and vision statement and be involved with our campus. So the next thing I wanted to look at is our performance report for 2018-2019 school year. So our campus received our district received an A on the state accountability rating for Texas, and our middle school received a B, and we received distinction for academic achievement in science. If you want to go to page 3, we can kind of look at the data there. So as you see, I've highlighted the approaches level for each test that we have. Our students did a very good job, and our teachers did too. We achieved over 80% on the approaches level in every test in the 2018-2019 school year. So we have grade 6 reading, which is at 80% if you're looking at the highlighted portion there. And if you slide over to the state column, we reached that over by 12% there, with 68 being the state average. And then going down to grade 6 mathematics, 86, with the state average being 81. Grade 7 reading, 82% on campus average and 76% at the state average. So, and as you go down, grade 7 math, if you look at the 2018 school year, we really jumped there. We did a really good job on implementing our plan of making sure those students are achieving and the at approaches level there, and it jumped from 55% to 82%, with 75 being the state average there. And that goes along with grade 7 writing and grade 8 reading. The only test that we didn't score 80% or higher on was the grade 8 social studies, and we're putting a plan in place to make sure that that those scores improve. This coming year, we are making sure that our grade 7 teacher is hitting hard on those TEKs that grade 7 and grade 8 have in common, and hitting those to where we can score better in the social studies testing area there. If you go to page 11, I'm going to skip a few pages there. We're going to look at the attendance rates. So our campus had a 95.9 attendance rate there in 2017 to 2018, which is higher than the state average, which is really good. And then on our annual dropout rate, we had 0 students drop out, which is below the state average of 0.4, which is awesome. If you move on to page 19, I kind of wanted to show you the student information. We have a population of 252 on our campus. Demographically, our school is made up of around 12% African Americans, 13% Hispanic, and 73% white. We are a Title I school, and we have over 50% of our students economically disadvantaged. And then 37% of our students at risk. For our at-risk students, we make sure that we have paras in the classroom to help anybody that needs extra help when the teacher is walking around, and making sure wherever students need help, the teacher can't be for every student, so you need that additional help there. We have tutorials in place each week, and we also have implemented the ZAP program, which stands for Zeros Aren't Permitted. That is held on Thursday of each week, and that's for students with any missing assignments. At the beginning of the school year, there was concern with the amount of zeros that were in the grade book, and we wanted to make sure that those students aren't just barely getting along. We wanted them to achieve their academic potential, and we didn't want them to sit there and just get by. We wanted them to reach the success that we know that they can. And then lastly, the incentives that we talked about and put in place, that's another thing that can help those at-risk students. Lastly, I wanted to show you the staff makeup. That's on page 21. So we have around 27 staff members. 17 of those are teachers, and we have 2 campus admin, which would be the principal and the assistant principal. And then we also have 6 educational aides that are put in classrooms throughout the day. We also have a librarian and a counselor. And then I'll introduce you to the counselor today. The librarian is actually out sick, so but you'll get to meet those when you come back. So do you have any questions about our performance report or the expectations that I have on campus for you?
No.
No.
Performance rates look great though. So
Yes,
what
and
y'all
I'm
are doing is
excited that
working
yes,
very
I'm
well.
excited that you are going to be a part of our science team and helping those continue to reach those distinctions that we got this last year. I'm very excited about that.